welcome to Fitoru Live. My name is Sarah. I am an actress and writer from Australia, and I'm here today to talk to you about my experiences with keto and to cook a meal for you. This is something that I cook for myself and something easy that you can do for yourself at home as well. So what I'm going to be making for you today is a really simple egg bake. It takes literally 10 to 15 minutes, and it is delicious and easy. The reason I initially got into keto myself was for two reasons. One, for my wedding, in preparation for that, and two, because my cat Alvin got diabetes. I know, I know that sounds like a bit odd, but really it was amazing to see the changes that a lifestyle can do. Food is medicine, right? Not just for us, but for animals. And through seeing what it could do for my cat, I really realized what it does for us as well. So I'll backtrack to that. So feel free to ask questions in the chat because we're going to answer them, and we're going to be picking a winner at the end, and they're going to get $50 of credit and a t-shirt. So I think there's a misconception with keto that meals are difficult and that breakfast especially can be hard, but really you can do all of your favorite things. There is substitutions that can be found for all of them. So this is quick and delicious. It's little salmon bites, and they're a great quick snack. I can put them in the fridge and take them out for lunch, or pack in your lunchbox ready to go for work. So put the liners in. We crack some eggs. Eggs, super easy. And chop some capsicum. Actually, I think it's called peppers in America. We call it capsicum in Australia. So my husband is actually the one that found keto for us. When I first heard of it, I wrote it off as a fad diet. I thought it was extremist, and I wasn't going to touch it. But he's very persistent, and through seeing what it was doing for him, I got curious, and I watched the changes in him. And then we got engaged, and I thought maybe I'd give it a go. I was frustrated with my progress as an actress, you know, obviously looking good is a priority and keeping fit. And, you know, mentally, health can be very draining because you go from one diet to another diet to another diet looking for some sort of quick fix, some sort of magical cure, you know, and there just isn't one. You always are feeling deprived. You're always feeling like there's something wrong with you because you just can't stop at one bite of ice cream. But the truth is that these sugar and these carbohydrates, they're poison, and we're addicted to them. The same as a drug addict is addicted to heroin or something like that. And what ketosis does is actually resets our body to its natural state. And what I gained from it was actually getting in tune with my body for the first time. And I was able to really understand what it is that my body wants and craves. And it was the first time in my life that I actually understood what real health is. I know that I guess that sounds a little bit ambiguous, but until you've done it, it is hard to explain. And the first 2 weeks of that keto flu, it really can be brutal, but there are a lot of tricks you can do to make it easier on yourself. You know, making sure you've got the right supplements, for instance, is crucial. Getting enough potassium and good salts, that kind of thing, can really help take the edge off. And so I started doing it for my wedding, and I was getting, you know, such a great result. And then my cat, Alvin, as I mentioned, got this diabetes diagnosis. And my husband, once again, was insisting that we put Alvin on a keto diet, saying that it works for pets as well. Now, the vet at the time said that was against it and said, well, I could basically kill my cat if I put him on this keto diet. it was very nerve-wracking for me because I'm a good girl and I wanted to do what the doctor said, but I was confused, like, why would feeding my cat natural foods be bad for him? The vet couldn't give me an answer. So after my husband did all this research and, I read it, I was convinced, okay, this is the right thing to do. So we put him on this diet and it was amazing. It was the most phenomenal thing I have ever seen. Like, my cat became a kitten again. Not only did we have to stop giving him insulin, but his coat got like shiny and thick, and his energy came back in a way I hadn't seen it, and I'm not kidding you, in like 8 to 10 years. It was literally, I would describe it as a miracle. So right now, guys, I'm just putting the salmon on top, by the way. I was like getting very emotionally invested in my story because I really love my cat. Uh, and Alvin was amazing. So I never took him back to that vet again. And now, a year later, I found a holistic vet, right? And I took Alvin back to get some blood work. And she approved of the diet, not only that, but explained that some old school vets are very hesitant because they just trained that at vet school that this is what it is, it's biscuits, blah, 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 even though biscuits is what gave him the diabetes in the first place. But the blood work came back and there is no trace of diabetes in Alvin's blood. Not a trace. It is totally reversed. And she said to me that if I didn't tell her that he had diabetes and we hadn't had the old blood work faxed over, she would have never known that he had it. This is the power of this diet. It's not just about weight loss, it's about health. Now, if that's in a cat, what it does for us, like, this cleanses your cells. The power of this diet is incredible. So that's just something that I really am passionate about, and I really think is something to keep in mind, because I know for me as well, like, I started on this diet because I cared about the way I looked, and that was something that was important. But what I found was so much more than that. And I think that's something that we really all have to keep in mind, because looking good is one thing, but living our very best life, that's what's most important. So, okay, enough with the heavy. That said, I think that these are ready to go in the oven now. So if someone wants to take these, let's put it there. Okay, so, all right, let's have some questions. Let's see. Oh, Alex V asks, what is the difference between keto and lazy keto? Is one better? Okay, so yeah. So keto is what I was doing, the keto diet is what I was doing leading up to my wedding. That's what And I would recommend doing that for anyone who has never done keto before. And that would be the correct way to do keto, where you are counting your macros. Macros are, your carbohydrates, your protein, your fat, grams, making sure that you're hitting the right amount. So with keto, we want to try to stay under, 20 grams of carbohydrates, maybe 50 grams if you're doing it a bit less strict. So making sure that you're going into ketosis, which is when our body's burning fat for fuel instead of carbohydrates. And lazy keto is what I'm doing now when I don't need to chase down a weight loss goal so much, and it's just more for maintenance and lifestyle. And that's when I don't count my macros anymore. So I'm just eating keto foods, making sure I'm getting more fats than anything else, and just more relaxed about my approach to ketosis and keto. Okay, next question. Chase, what makes keto different from other diets? Well, okay, I think I kind of covered that, but I mean, just, there are so many other diets, and I think I kind of covered that as well. But keto is a lifestyle. I guess it's not so much a fad. It's not so much a trend. I think that's important to keep in mind. It's not like you do keto for a short amount of time and then you want to go back to it. For me, and now in my life, uh, it's my structure. So it's not that I won't go out with my family, and if they're all having some carbs, I'm going to be like, no carbs, the devil. I'll break literal bread with my family. I'm not afraid of carbs. I'm not going to melt into like water puddle on the floor or anything like that. I'm more than happy to enjoy something in a communal situation, but I'll always come back to that because I feel happier. I feel better. I feel more vibrant. I feel alive. And I'm drawn to that. That's what I crave now. It's become my happy place and my place of being. So, yeah. Okay. Madeline, how long before you start seeing changes? Okay. Thanks. Great question, Madeline. So I think that the changes that you start to see are really quick, like really quick. And as I said, if you're going to start doing it, it's really good to go in open-minded that the first changes you're going to see are this ketosis flu or the keto flu, and that's not necessarily good changes because that's your body. If you think about this kind of metaphor, okay, if your body right now is burning carbohydrates as energy, think about it as like going like a clock going clockwise. And when you switch to burning fat, it's like you're teaching your body to burn counterclockwise. So it's a whole new way of operating that your body's learning. So it's a conversion process, and that is a bit rough. But after a couple of weeks of that, once you get through that flu, you're going to see it right away, like right away. Terrence asks, I really like chips. Is there any way I can keto them? Yeah, absolutely. You can honestly keto anything. Like if there is a food that you want to substitute, you can find a keto version of it. For instance, keto chips that I like, celery root is the root of the celery plant. That is almost like almost identical to a homemade potato chip. If you've ever done it, chop it up, spray it with some olive oil in the oven, absolutely delicious. Kale chips is another great thing that you can, any vegetable you can pretty much turn into a chip, really. Like vegetable chips are absolutely fantastic. If you've ever tried to make homemade ones of those. And the best thing about keto, the absolute best thing, is that you can drench those suckers in as much oil pretty much as you want. Like absolutely, like just cheese, like cheesy fries. Oh, welcome to your life. Like just oil, cheese up those vegetable fries. You will not miss anything, trust me. And you will crave it. You'll go out then with your mates and there'll be French fries sitting on the table and you'll bite one. You'll be like, ugh, can't believe I used to like those. Happens to me all the time. All the time. Okay, Alison, can you do keto if you hate to cook? Yes, because I do. I hate to cook. That's why I just made these in like 5 minutes. I don't cook. I actually I'm a baker, so I'll bake like coconut flour muffins because I like baking, or I bake these. I really wouldn't call it baking. I more like mix coconut, shredded coconut, and melted dark chocolate, and put them in the freezer, and that's pretty much it. Like two ingredient coconut bites, or I make those egg bites, or eat snack on nuts, snack on cheese. Like I anything that takes more than 5 to 10 minutes, I'm really not interested in. I have a very busy lifestyle, like as an actress, like and a writer. I don't know where I am. I have an online trainer, like Michael, like he is absolutely amazing. Like he's always like rewriting my program, and I'm going on and off. Actually, on my Instagram, I'll post his details later if anyone needs an online trainer because he's incredible. So, like, I don't have time for this. Like, so if it's less than 10 minutes, no, I'm out. I'm totally out. So, yes, you can absolutely do keto with short amount of time. Uh, okay, let's see. What is my favorite meal on keto? Mm, I really love coconut chocolate anything. You can a really good 90% dark chocolate has almost no carbohydrates in it. So I get, like I said, shredded coconut and mix it with like butter or coconut milk and then dark chocolate on top and make like a homemade, what we call a bounty bar in Australia, or I think you guys call it almond joy. It's like a keto version of that is amazing. I think one time my husband and I, when we were doing really strict keto, I made a batch and we ate the whole batch. Like in the first day of me making it, it was a glorious, glorious day. We ate it in bed, like just eat. Like, it was a very piggy, delicious moment. And that's the thing, you pig out and you don't feel bad because nothing is bloated, nothing is sickly. It's just a yummy, full feeling. It's very different to any other type of way of eating. Are you supportive of using keto products? I guess that means supplements. And yes, I really think that it is important. Look, it's a misconception as well. And I just want to say this right away that you have to have a lot of supplements because you really don't. It's not like I wake up in the morning and I take 11 or 12 different things to support my keto lifestyle. I don't. I have like two or three that I think are really important, and that's about it. and I do think they're important. And that's the main ones. I think a good MCT oil is really great to help you out, some potassium and maybe some good electrolytes. And that's what I use to supplement my ketosis diet. And I think that's probably all that you really need. You might need more for yourself, but that seems to work for me. Okay. How's your workout on keto? Okay. Well, like I said, I don't actually, I don't, my workout schedule varies a lot. I don't work out that much. I find that I don't need to work out that much because this diet keeps me really lean. And as I said, my schedule changes so crazy. That's why I have an online trainer at Forge PT that just helps me so much because I am able to like work out at home sometimes, or if I'm away on a shoot, he can schedule it if I have a gym. So it just changes. But really, I don't work out that much. I don't prioritize it. It's maybe like, he's going to hate me so much for saying this. I'm so sorry, Michael. But like, he wants me to prioritize it more. But my point is that the diet is most important for the size of what you want to be. So the keto diet is the most important thing to be size, I think. Sorry, Michael, but you're amazing. And training is really important for like definition and for toning. Yeah. Do you have a cheat meal on keto? Okay, this sounds weird, but every meal is awesome on keto. So I, you don't need to cheat if you love everything that you're eating. It's like, like there's other diets that you're on, like you're in deprivation. So like you spend your days dreaming about, oh, I can't wait till I can eat carbs, or I can't wait till I can eat ice cream. But on keto, I'm eating cheese, I'm eating fats, I'm eating coconut, I'm eating chocolate, I'm like, dark chocolate, I'm eating nuts and nut butter. I'm eating everything that I want. So I don't, there, every meal is delicious. So no, I don't, no, not really. I don't need it. I guess when I would eat a carb meal, that would, but it's not even cheating. So no, you don't need one. Um, how many days or weeks do you usually get into ketosis? Okay, well, on lazy keto, I'm not really tracking that because that would be what being lazy is. But on when you're tracking your macros, that would be a permanent state of ketosis, and that would be what you would transition into after your keto flu. You would just stay in ketosis until you would break it by having carbohydrates or sugar, which are essentially carbohydrates, and then you would know that you are out of your ketosis. Vegetarian, vegan on keto. Oh, great question. I am actually a pescatarian, and often I will just be vegetarian because sometimes I go off fish altogether and I just be vegetarian. And there's also been phases where I don't eat cheese and therefore I flirt with the vegan territory. I'm pescatarian because of my ethical choices. Have no judgment on it whatsoever because my husband is a huge meat eater and all my family's are farmers. So, but that's just the way I decided to do things. And I have absolutely no issues with it. It works great for me. I don't even have a gallbladder, actually. I should point that out. I lost it a few years ago in a terrible rock climbing accident. No, actually, it's just one of those things that happened. No rock climbing accident. I just, I don't know, it just had to come out. So it did. And a lot of people think that you can't be keto if you don't have a gallbladder because you can't metabolize fat the same. But that wasn't my story. That was something that I told myself for why I couldn't do it when my husband started doing it. But my body adapted. I used apple cider vinegar initially to help me with the metabolism of the fat in the beginning, but now I don't need it at all. And actually, it has helped my body so much uh, get used to fats, and now I can tolerate it better than I ever did even before when I had a gallbladder. So, any tips for anyone who wants to get started with keto? Yes, do your research. Do not go into it just thinking, I'm going to cut out carbs. Like, please do not do that. You need to set yourself up for success because this is not a fad diet. This is a lifestyle and it will give you so much life. It will give you so much health. It is just such a wonderful thing you can do for your mentality, for your body, and for your experience of the world through yourself. So make sure that you arm yourself with knowledge and know what you're in for. Because like I said, like the keto flu, which I'm sure you've heard about, is rough. And don't go to fad sources, like go to doctors, proper companies, not doctors like a G, like just I don't know, like doctors, like I don't want to name drop anybody and get in trouble, but not fad doctors. Like go to keto doctors who are going to give you information on how to do this properly and what to expect. Because then you're going to be prepared for the keto flu. You're going to know that you can take potassiums and salts and electrolytes and all sorts of things to help ease you into it. You're going to be able to track your macros and know the steps of what you're going to go through and be prepared for the success that you will then experience and all the amazing things that you can have. Okay. What are some challenges you faced on keto? Well, I mean, we just talked about the flu. So my experience with the flu was, uh, for all the ladies watching, I would describe the flu as like probably like your worst PMS that you've had. And um, and I remember like I had two really bad days. The other days for me were really manageable. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm a bit grumpy. I feel like a bit like PMSy, like that's fine. And then there were 2 days for me that I was like, I hate everyone. I hate that guy. I especially hate that guy. Like it was rough, and I didn't want to listen to anyone. My husband was like, "Please drink these electrolytes, like this salt, like you're gonna feel better." And I rejected all advice that he was giving me until I cried and eventually gave in, and I felt immediately better. So um, that was probably my toughest moment, and after that, not so much. What are some good exercises my personal trainer has me do? Okay. Oh, my personal trainer has me do so many fabulous things because I complain all the time to him and he's so wonderful that he is just constantly adapting everything because I get bored really easy with exercise. So he has me do really great circuit. I love circuit training, like 1 minute change exercise, 1 minute change exercise. I like to work out really short and hard so that it's over really quickly. So just short, intense exercises that are a combination of weights and cardio. Pretty much, that's what I enjoy to do. Um, oh, the best keto food I've ever made. Okay, well, I've already told you about my almond joys. So a savory one that I really like is a cauliflower pizza. That is so good. It's just cauliflower rice, crack an egg in it, and some cheese for the base, and then you put that in the oven, and it like makes this delicious pizza base. Then you put all your favorite pizza toppings on. Bam, pizza. Oh, so good. Okay. Do you have any support beyond your husband? Mine is too scared to try keto. Yeah, a lot of the men are really scaredy cats, aren't they? Am I going to get in trouble for saying that? Um, you know, well, obviously my cat, but he's not. My cat is actually not a support because he hates being on keto and wants his biscuits back. Every time he hears a bag shake, he's hopeful, but it's not coming. Okay, no, you know what? Actually, I don't. And my family, well, I mean, my family just kind of accepted that I do my fads, but they would put this in a fad. They wouldn't really see it as, not so much my sisters, but like my parents and stuff. They would just put that in there with like, oh, look what she's doing now, like sort of thing. So I think what with anything that's important to you, it has to be intrinsic because at the end of the day, even though it was great to have my husband's support, I can tell you right now, he's not on keto. Like he's like at Macca's right now, like which is McDonald's, sorry, in Australia. So he's not keto right now. He did it for a really long time, and he might go back. He might go back to it, but he's not doing it right now. And there has been numerous times since then that he has eaten every kind of chocolate cake and every kind of takeaway food in front of me. So it is nice at the start to have that support, but he doesn't support me in the way that you might think. It wasn't like, oh, here, like, come try this with me. I watched him do it, and then I decided to do it myself. And if you really want to do something, you got to find that intrinsic place inside of yourself because that is the only way you're going to succeed in anything in life. And I know that you can do it. I know that you have that spot in you, and you know it too. And the best advice that I can give anyone wanting to do anything is don't wait for someone else to give you permission. Okay. Uh, Would you recommend keto to a friend? Well, I think I've made that pretty clear that I absolutely would. Have you tried other diets before keto? I think I said that. I'm an actress. I've tried all of them. Um, so yes, like literally all of them, every diet pill, every fad, everything that ever happened, and they don't work. Uh, how fast did you start to lose weight? Right away. I had plateaued with my weight loss plan for months before I started keto. And that's why I started it, because I was so frustrated and I was working out like 6 days a week and getting really exhausted and frustrated. So that's why I was like, fine, I'm going to do it. And then I ended up cutting my workouts all the way back to only a few days a week and doing keto and still like was losing weight. Okay, do you feel differently when you started taking keto? Yes, yes, you do. You absolutely gonna do avocado on top now, quickly, guys. Yeah, you do. You feel different in a lot of ways. You feel clearer mentally, absolutely, more energetic. Uh, what else do you feel? And like, it's my skin. Oh, that's a good one. My skin got brighter. I know that sounds like odd, but I didn't connect it to keto until I went off keto after my wedding and we were traveling um, a little bit, and my skin like was, I don't know, it just wasn't, it was a bit dull. And then I got back to LA and went back on keto and I was like, oh my gosh, like it is a thing. Like this is literally brighter and dewier. So there is a lot. And I guess that's a version of my cat's shiny coat. Like, oh, look at my shiny cat coat. So yeah, there is a lot, and my nails got harder as well. Like there's just a lot of little weird like physical improvements that you notice when you go on keto. It's not just about weight loss. Like I said, I think a lot of people are drawn to it for the weight loss, but that's not why you stay on it. You stay on it. Look, I think the best thing for me, as we're talking about it, is when I used to go out and I used to see my friends eating and enjoying food, and I'm on every single diet that you could ever imagine, Atkins, calorie counting. Oh God, I can't even remember all of them. But they're all eating food, they're all relaxing. And if I'm eating it, I'm anxious about it. And if I'm not eating it, then I'm wishing I was eating it. And that was pretty much my two states of being, right? Now, if I go out, if I have some of it, I'm able to stop and genuinely be satisfied that I don't want any more. Or if I say no, it's because I really don't want it. That is the best gift that teaching my body to be in tune with itself has given me. Like it's such a relief, really. Okay. Um, Lead up to the wedding and the biggest challenges. Well, I think I said the biggest challenges when I faced with starting keto was just the keto flu. I really think that was the hardest bit, because after that I was like, oh, this is awesome. I mean, maybe when I was, I guess, doing it going hard, the other challenge was because I was doing it so much for weight loss that I was like cutting my calories low. So then there was also like a little bit of deprivation because I was not like, for to go hard to lose weight, obviously you have to eat less. So then I was also hungrier and there was a bit of craving for food, but I don't feel that now at all because I'm lazy ketoing and I'm not in calorie like deficit. So I don't feel any of that. But you don't have to go that hard to lose weight either. That's just because it was like a wedding crunch time. So yeah. Uh, and what was the biggest challenge? Said that, do you have to exercise on keto? No, no, you don't. You don't have to exercise on any program. Look, exercise is good for you for different reasons. And at the very least, I think you should probably like have some walks or, gentle walks, something like that, because I mean, it's just good for you. It's good for a lot of things for your health. But I always say that the size of your body is about 80% what you put in your mouth. That's that's at the end of the day. So exercise is only responsible for like the rest. And do I take apple cider vinegar or green tea? I feel like I should take apple cider vinegar, and I have it in my fridge, but I actually don't take it as often as as I tell myself that I should. This is like me being really honest right now. Like I have it there in my fridge and it looks at me. And the reason I don't take it is because I mentioned that I don't have a gallbladder, and it's quite rough on someone who doesn't have a gallbladder. And it's supposed to help me metabolize fat. And when I was doing keto really hard, I needed it at first because it was like I was having trouble initially adjusting to the fat metabolism, but now I don't have trouble, so I've just gotten lazy with taking it. But I did initially. And I do have green tea in my green smoothie, matcha green tea every morning because that is delicious. What tea can you drink? What can you drink on keto? Oh, well, anything that doesn't have sugar or carbohydrates. So yeah, teas, coffee, alcoholic or not. Well, I mean, if you want to be in ketosis, not really. I think there are some keto wines actually. I think Dr. Eric Berg released a keto wine. Actually, I think there is one out there on the market if you are really that desperate. But yeah, I think if you want to stay in ketosis, so you can do oh gosh, help me with this word. Cycles. Oh my gosh, this is live. That's terrible. I can't say that word. But anyway, yes, I know. But I know they're typing on the screen. But if I can't pronounce it now, anyway, it's leaving my word. Cyclical. Yes, ketosis. Thank you. I'm not. This is going to come back to haunt me on YouTube, isn't it? Anyway, where you do ketosis in a cycle. you so where you can have a break, so you're in ketosis for a certain amount of time and then you take a break where you might eat some carbohydrates like alcohol or something with sugar in it and then go back into ketosis. So you could do it like that if you really need to get your alcohol in there. So for those of us that really need it. But you know, as you get happier, look, I mean, it's not that like, not to say that you can't, that you need alcohol, but just when you're healthy, these things that make us feel good and give us relief, we need less and less. So I find that the need for relief through alcohol is even lessened when you're fulfilled through a happy and healthy lifestyle. Do I meal prep? Yes. Yes. Like stuff like what we've just made here, I will do this all the time. And if I am going to be like out on an audition or on a shoot, I'll always like pop a few in a lunchbox with some nuts or some of my coconut flour muffins or my coconut bites, just so I always have something on me in case I get stuck somewhere. But you can always buy boiled eggs or nuts or that kind of thing when you go out there. And if you eat meat, there's even more options for you. So you can always get some keto options out there. And if you go to a cafe, you can always order omelets. You can always order steak and veggies, fish and veggies. There's always things that you can eat out. So it is a real big misconception that I would love to dispel, that you can't do keto and have a life. Okay. Well, oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's not a question. I was going to say, take the egg out with a knife. That's a weird question. Okay, that's not a knife. That's an Australian joke. All right. I don't know if I can. Maybe I should learn how to use a knife if I'm Australian. All right, so I'm going to take this egg out with a knife. I'm not really good at this. So if you're making this at home, maybe you should spray your egg pan with some oil like I did not do before we did this. Believe it or not, this isn't my actual kitchen. I know looks can be deceiving, but I would have done that at home. Okay, so I think I've kind of got it out now, sort of. Okay, that bit can just stay in there. So here is a egg pan. I don't know, how can I see this, guys? How do we get this up to the camera? Okay, so here's our egg muffin tin thing. Looks gorgeous. Salmon, capsicum or red pepper, and avocado. So easy, so quick. You can even put cheese on this or bacon if you want to eat bacon. Bacon and cheese ones are a huge hit. Uh, Cream cheese. Oh, so many options. So simple, so easy. Okay, so now we are going to pick our winner, and it is congratulations to Alison M. Riccardi. Yay! Congratulations! Woo! So just message in, Ali, and you're going to get a prize. So way to go. And thank you. Yeah, that's the wrap up. Sorry. I thought I was wrapping up, but then I had to double check and I was correct. That was the wrap up single. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I hope that you got something out of this. Um, it has been great sharing my journey with you, and I hope that you learn a bit about keto and you learn a bit about some cooking, and that you remember to spray your egg pans with oil. Good luck on your keto journey. Please do give it a go if you haven't already, and if you are on a journey, please keep going. It is definitely worth it. If you need any more information, join the Keto Culture Group on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram at Fitoru Fit. And you can follow me on Instagram at Sarah Mawbey. Thanks, guys.